virus, and it's like, got to wash your hands, do all those things, whatever. The masks are good, but you know, you have to make sure that you don't touch your face. And while she was talking, she touched her face like 9 times.
Right.
Because it's so hard not to, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you're nervous or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. Are we back on?
We are back on. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Well, good morning, everybody.
Seems
Welcome
like we might be
to hashtag coffee. Nice to be with you this morning. That's our old feed. Wait. I'm going to go back to our channel and pick it up from there. Yeah. So, what a crazy world this is. Wait, is that the same?
It is. It really is.
I'm very confused.
What happened?
It took me back to our same old. Oh, the new stream has started. Okay, it was just a little delayed. I still had the old stream. Coffee, nothing to see here. Buy stocks, Trump doesn't lie, or coffee, don't panic, but heads on swivels.
That's the one.
Okay, so I think we have 2 streams up at once. Is that possible?
Because it did. Oh, shit. I'll fix that. Please hold.
Yeah, lick your fingers constantly, Warren says. Right?
Jesus Christ.
You know. Here's something entertaining while Corey's doing the other thing. Apparently, there was a conversation this morning on Twitter between Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez and Ted Cruz, where she was talking about some LGBTQ issues, and he decided to turn that into an abortion discussion. And he replied to her saying, "Are you speaking as the oracle of science? Tell us, what exactly is a Y chromosome?" And she answered, "Senator Cruz, while I understand that you judge people's intelligence by the lowest income job they've ever had, I hold awards from MIT Lincoln Lab and others for accomplishments in microbiology. Secondly, I'm surprised you're asking about chromosomes, given that you don't even believe in evolution."
Can you read that to me again? Yeah. I would like that. Just read that to me again.
Yeah, Senator Cruz.
But like slower and with feeling.
Okay, Senator Cruz, while I understand you judge people's intelligence by the lowest income job they've ever had, I hold awards from MIT's Lincoln Lab and others for accomplishments in microbiology. Secondly, I'm surprised you're asking about chromosomes, given that you don't even believe in evolution. AOC.
Someone call the paramedics. Ted Cruz is now dead.
Gonna need a ride to the burn unit.
Oh my God, that's good. Fucking well done. Okay, well,
I have not watched that. Maria is asking if we've watched the movie Contagion. A lot of good medical info in there. I have not watched that.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I wish she'd cold busted about the Y chromosomes. I thought she did pretty good. She's no dummy. I love when they try to portray her as some sort of vapid young bimbo person, because no, you just have to go, copy paste her resume, her education and paste it at them. And no, you're wrong.
All right, sharing this out a little bit around the places that we hang.
Yeah, BubbleViz, I'm trying to follow this now. Nationalism, go in lockdown to eradicate this virus for generations to come. Globalism, we have to protect the global economy. It's just the flu, people. Okay.
Yeah, nationalism, here's the issue with that. There's a difference between nationalism and deciding to quarantine, whether it's a hospital or a border, against a virus. You know what I mean? Like it's different, and it's not like the economy isn't a factor that we should consider. It's honestly like there's a very real probability that more people will die of starvation if we just closed everything down than would die of the virus. So now who's the dummy? Right. So we have to balance these things as opposed to just getting locked into isms.
Right.
In my clearly humble opinion. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, like I maybe 3-4 months ago, I happened on an idea that I repeated and I kind of stuck to it. It's that when people on the other side of the aisle from where I live talk about the deep state, I ask them, well, what's your preference? A shallow state? What we're seeing right now in the federal government response, in the administration, I don't want to say federal government because there's a lot of good people still working very hard and doing the right thing. This administration's response is the result of shallow state thinking. People that are not adequate to the task, that are not trained in the field, that are not experts in what they're doing, and huge government agencies that are vastly understaffed. That's a shallow state. That's what you want, right? That's what you want. So the idea that later they're going to blame this on the deep state, no, that's not going to hold up, because the deep state is what has kept us safe from things like this. What has kept us safe from coal slag being dumped into rivers and streams. The deep state is what does that. Having more inspectors, more guidelines, more enforcement of environmental laws, of medical oversight, of food inspection oversight. Those are the things that keep us safe from massive outbreaks of contamination and disease. So yeah.
Can I make a weird point?
Sure.
I don't know how important this is. When we, like you were just saying, no, the deep state is really good. You're using their term that's already like poisoned in their mind, right? And all I heard was Rio talking about socialism, right? It's not going to matter.
Okay, but that's not.
I'm not. And believe, trust me, I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong, because what you're doing is obviously right. I just feel like there's something there that I personally don't fully understand yet, because like if we're we're talking to, and this is a place where for the most part we agree, and that's fun, right? But if the object is to convince a Trump supporter, using the term deep state will just trigger them, because they're knuckle dragging, they're like that. I worry that it just won't land, right? Because no, obviously the deep state is evil, because Daddy has said that so many times that I can't get past that.
That person is lost to us, Corey.
Well, yeah, maybe, right? That could be the case. I'm just asking a question, because I have a curiosity about it, and I'm not sure what the right thing to do is.
Well, okay, so one of the things that I like to do is I like definitions, right? I like to define the term that I'm using, and for me, deep state means a robust, functional federal government. That's what it means.
Yeah, I mean but you're using a term of art from propagandists.
Yeah,
right. I mean, it's like Bernie Sanders using socialist now. It's fucking stupid.
Right.
Man, I'm just like fucking super cheery this morning. Wee. So here's some actual good news. I've never actually interviewed Kurt, the guy that created Trip before, and I just interviewed him last night for fun. And,
right.
Sorry, my back. Did you catch any of
that? You interviewed Kurt last night. That's all we got.
Oh, and it was really good. We got some plans for Schipul, and got to talk to him about his sort of philosophy behind Chirp, which was really fun. And there was very few pandemics, so it was good.
The pandemic. See, we just stay in and do our show. We'll be fine. Everything will be
That's
fine.
The thing. Like, we're gonna be great. It's everyone else that's
there may be fires on the horizon, but we're good.
Yeah,
for now. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see.
And coffee.
Yeah, Corey Elko is asking who created what. This is the guy that created Chirp, which is sort of a. Let Corey explain what Chirp is.
So Chirp is for the first time, micropayments are actually possible now. So you could actually have a penny or even a micro penny as a line item again, which is annoying.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's okay. I mean, it's not your fault.
Yeah, I guess. Silliness. So yeah, Chirp is kind of like a modified Twitter platform where it costs 0.03 links, which is about a penny to post. Actually, I think it's like 0.25 pennies or something like that. And then 0.01 links tokens to like stuff. So if you get 3 likes on a post,
stuff, the person that posted it gets a little.
They get all of it. That's right.
Right.
Yeah. So it's basically just creating an economy around that. Because like right now, like we're putting stuff on YouTube, we're not getting anything. We're putting stuff on Twitter, we're not getting anything. We're putting stuff on Facebook, we're not getting anything. He wanted to experiment with the idea that we could have a democratized platform where the entire economy was based on giving real value to each other.
Right.
Which I'm a huge fan.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So where are we now?
Corey, that's dark.
Oh, that's like one dude.
Yeah, right now that's a good point. 1.5 people. It's not even.
Yeah,
we're good.
Down 1,034.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it keeps popping up to a tiny bit and then
wow
again. So yeah, that's fun.
Actually, Facebook has it right on a live video, right on the homepage.
Oh, do they really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I've got my Google search window keeps it open.
Wow,
So
it's down 4%. I had a feeling it was going to do that. I was looking at the Nikkei and the German stock exchange from yesterday, or like overnight,
right.
and they were down in the 4 to 5% range.
So that's like 12% for the week, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, this is a bad week.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, not for me. I don't have any money in the stock market. I'm sure this won't have any knock-on effect on rents or property taxes or the number of homeless people in my county. That won't happen, right? Our homeless problem in Pasco County blossomed after the mortgage crisis. Most people don't think about that, but yeah, the subject of the movie Big Short hit my county especially hard.
Yeah. Okay, so periods of Dow's worst weekended weekly change: 2008 18%, 1933 55%.
Yeah, that was bad.
So yeah, 2001 14%, so we're already worse than the dot-com bubble.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh yeah, so this is what I wasn't aware of. 08 was the worst weekly change percentage wise in the modern history of the market.
Yeah.
Like in the since the 20th century.
Right. Hey,
okay, so yeah, this is bad.
Question about some of that. I asked you yesterday about trading pause or them halting trading if it gets especially bad. What's the trigger point for that? Or is there one?
I'm gonna Google that. I don't know. There is one, but I mean, I don't know what it is.
Interesting. Yeah, our friend Marvelous Marvin Boone from Hits 106 is leaving on a cruise today with a bunch of his listeners, and I'm like, I'm not sure I want to be stuffed into a tube with a bunch of other people, whether it's an aircraft or a or a cruise ship at this point. I also I think I saw a tweet this morning from Jay Inslee that said Vice President Pence had sent him here it is. I just received a call from Vice President Mike Pence thanking Washington State for our efforts to combat the coronavirus. I told him our work would be much more successful if the Trump administration stuck to the science and told the truth. That's Jay Inslee, who just recently dropped out of the presidential race, the governor of Washington State. So that's interesting. Interesting. Geez. What else is going on in the world?
Yeah, so there's a few different variabilities on it. And most of it actually has to do with just single stocks, not the market as a whole.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's fun.
One thing for sure, some people are going to get crazy rich off this Dow stuff. Folks with the resources are going to be buying crazy stuff right now.
Here's the thing: they're not buying right now; they're shorting right now, and they're making fucking bank.
I think that's his point: is people that have the financial power to short the market are going to get, they don't care which way it goes; they're going to make money either way.
Yeah, they never do. This is like for some people on Wall Street, this is the best they've ever done and the best they will ever do right now.
Hey, Corey. Yeah, actually, I think Corey posted about that yesterday. Apparently, Warren Buffett has an algorithm for the market being overvalued and by how much.
Yeah,
and the number was 150%, and we are down 12 to 15%. Yeah, so he had the market overvalued at 150% of what it should be, right?
Yeah, it topped at 168%. Wow. That's why I kept saying, like, any pin will do in this bubble, right? And to explain that, and we've talked about stock buybacks, we've been talking about quantitative easing, where the Fed is literally just injecting money into the market and making people richer on paper, because it was better for Trump.
Right.
And now, for the record, they did that in the financial crisis as well, and that worked, right, as an emergency measure. But they just kept doing it.
They did a lot of other stuff with that, did they not?
Right. Well, yeah, right. And they just kept doing it when it wasn't necessary anymore. So it's like, hey, well, we're addicted to meth now, so fuck it.
Right.
And so what Warren Buffett's indicator is showing is gross domestic product over the total market capitalization of the entire stock market. So how much is the entire stock market worth over how much GDP is? And so what that means is
Yeah, and Corey froze up.
percent more than the GDP.
Right.
Which means like they're it's just unsustainable, right? And if you look at the chart of that, the dot-com bubble was really, really, really bad. And the '08 bubble was just as bad. But you can see both peaks are clearly identifiable. So it wasn't if, it was when and what would do it. And this is like the worst imaginable one, because like this could have happened just if there was some shock to the market, right? That was not even sustained, like just something that spooked everyone and broke the spell, because literally Wall Street's been under a spell for the last probably 2 or 3 years.
Right.
But this is much worse, because now when somebody wants to come in and say, okay, well, I want to buy this market, A, the Warren Buffett indicator is still off by 40%, which means you shouldn't put money in the market. And B, the fundamentals are all garbage, because you don't know if your supply chain to India or to China or to wherever else, it's just going to be completely and totally shut off. You have no idea.
Right.
And without certainty, no one's going to put their money in the market, which means that people will only be selling, which means the price will come down.
Right. Yeah. Corey makes the point about lowering the interest rates when the market is doing fine. And I saw some of that mentioned yesterday, that, okay, that's usually a tool you use for when you need to, like, you need to pump the brakes, and they've been doing it all along. So now if they do it, it's going to have no meaningful effect in turning things around. Good times.
Is there anything about rockets? Something fucking Jesus.
You know what? I did see a story yesterday about the next 5 NASA probe missions. Let's see if I can find that again.
And somebody actually had a live, I think it was Everyday Astronaut, who, if you're on Twitter, following Everyday Astronaut on YouTube here and on Twitter is a really, really good idea. He's awesome. But they apparently had a live camera on the BFR, because they're stacking, I think, Mark III or whatever the test thing is now.
Right. Well, here's some things that are coming up. The Parker Solar Probe will make its third Venus flyby in July. Mars 2020, launch of a new Mars rover. That's going to happen in July. ExoMars 2020, launch of the ESA Mars rover and Russian surface platform. The Russians are going to try and put a vehicle on the surface of the Hope mission. A launch of a United Arab Emirates Mars orbiter. That's interesting. Haoxing 1, launch of Chinese Mars rover and orbiter. Everybody's going to Mars, man.
Yeah.
Seems to be a thing.
Escape hatches are good. You know what you're going to have on Mars, Greg? Hermetically sealed bubbles.
Okay.
Pandemics won't be able to do anything on Mars. That's all I'm saying.
No,
that's what hermetically sealed means.
Right, I get that, but the rovers aren't, and it's entirely
no. The rovers absolutely are. They have to be. Not the rovers. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people are there.
Yeah,
rovers don't get sick.
Stuff we're sending now, right? They could be depositing microbes up there even as we speak.
What?
Yep.
No.
And I like the whole Red Mars idea was those scientists were secretly seeding Mars because they wanted it to be verdant. They wanted it to be green.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Osiris Rex sample collections from the asteroid Bennu. That's happening in August. Hayabusa 2 Japanese asteroid Ryugu sampling mission returns to Earth. What could possibly go wrong?
Hey, no.
Have they never watched any sci-fi movies?
Only good rocket news. Oh, no,
the
I'm
ESA
kidding.
Solar Orbiter makes its first Venus flyby in December of this year. So lots of stuff going on. It's just so exciting. Future missions, NASA. This is the one I was looking at. The Europa Clipper, which is a pretty cool idea. It'll conduct a detailed reconnaissance of Jupiter's moon Europa and investigate whether the icy moon could harbor conditions suitable for life. The Europa Lander. The idea is that it will be landing and drilling into the surface and maybe down through the surface to see if there is in fact water under there. Pretty cool. I like that stuff. Lunar Flashlight? What the heck? Launch date 2020. Lunar Flashlight is an exciting new mission concept that was recently selected by NASA Advanced Exploration Systems by a team from JPL, and it doesn't say what it's going to do. I'm going to dig a little deeper here. Planned to launch on Space Launch Systems SLS Exploration Mission 1 flight. This innovative low-cost secondary payload concept will map the lunar South Pole for volatiles and demonstrate several technological firsts, including the first use of CubeSat to reach the moon, the first planetary CubeSat mission to use green propulsion, and the first test mission to use lasers to look for water ice. So they're going to fly over and point lasers at the moon surface and see what they find. That's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
That one. Those CubeSats are pretty cool, right? The CubeSats are a pretty cool idea.
This is true.
Very small, very energy efficient. Sort of like, I think of them like microprocessors, microcomputers. Like, someday we'll get computers that weigh less than 5,000 pounds. Right now we're in the moment where someday we'll have satellites that will fit on your desktop, and we can launch hundreds and hundreds of those as cheaply as one big one and get a lot more done. That's a pretty cool idea. Sort of spreading out the workload. Mission to Mars 2020. The Mars 2020 rover will investigate a region of Mars where the ancient environment may have been favorable to microbial life. Probing Martian rocks for evidence of past life throughout its investigation, it will collect samples of soil and rock and cache them on the surface for potential return to Earth by a future mission. So it's going to make little care packages up there. That's pretty cool. Mars 2020 will carry an entirely new subsystem to collect and prepare Martian rock and soil samples that includes a coring drill on its arm and a rack of sample tubes. About 30 of these sample tubes will be deposited at select locations for return on a possible future sample retrieval mission. Man, we're starting to think about two-way trips to Mars. I like that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It doesn't say when that is going to launch, but it says launch date July of 2020. So that's only a few months down the road. Hey, we're only 90 days from the beginning of hurricane season today. More good news for people that live in the tropics and near the water.
That's fun.
Yeah.
You want to hear about a Fox News? You want to hear about a Fox News poll? Okay. Trust me. Just say yes. Just
yes.
Say yes.
Yes, Corey. Please give me
Amy I'm going to do this from the bottom up.
Okay.
Amy Klobuchar, who, and this is funny. Remember Monty, Ranger dude, big guy, a really good friend of mine. The only times you ever would have seen him would be at a gig, and he would have been very drunk.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. So anyway, he's a ex.
I did meet Monty up at Skinny's one day.
He's from we visited him in Hawaii. He's a really good friend of mine.
Right.
He messaged me up. It's like, hey, like, what shows of yours should I follow? I'm like, well, actually, you might like Moving Forward, because I actually do a show with a conservative, even when I want to rip my hair out more often than not. But Greg and I talk about the whole race. We're kind of in attempting to be relatively agnostic about the whole thing and analyzing all that stuff. So anyway, so that was interesting. He said, I'm really intrigued by Amy Klobuchar.
You froze again.
Fucking freezing.
I'm really excited by
Amy Klobuchar.
Okay.
Which it shocked me at first, but then you start packing, Midwest, blah blah blah, maybe not crazy. So anyway, 44% to 43%, she beats Trump. Pete Buttigieg, 45 to 42.
Right.
Remember, this is a Fox News poll.
Fox News poll.
Elizabeth Warren, who definitely can't beat Trump. Oh my God, 46 to 43. Michael Bloomberg, fucking 48 to 40.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. Bernie Sanders, 49 to 42. And Joe Biden, 49 to 41.
Interesting.
So, in answer to the only my candidate can win, people, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I feel like none of them can beat Trump without us out there knocking doors and supporting the eventual nominee. That's the key. Any of them can, but only if we do the work. We're going to have to do the heavy lifting to make this happen.
That's definitely true.
That's been our mantra now for a couple of years. So, yeah. Boxer Cat says someone needs to invent a bra whose straps cannot twist. Yeah, get right on that, science.
What?
I don't know. It's not an issue that I've had. And there's my privilege showing. I've never had to have that experience.
Right?
So,
how dare you?
Yeah.
So this is maybe something else that's interesting. I'm gonna do my next interview with Kurt because we're gonna do another one pretty soon. I was telling him about my deflationary thing, and he's having the same reaction that I used to have to burning is where his head's at. Right. So he's not there yet, but I get to convince him. And what's really fun, like in talking about, for those of you that don't know, like I created a cryptocurrency called Shipple. It turned into this kind of cultural movement experiment situation that I still really love and can't wait to get going back again.
Yeah, you're
to a
frozen.
different one. And so we've been talking about this for a while.
Yep.
How about now?
You're good now.
Yeah, like I just tested my internet and it's slow and I don't know what to do with it. So
Yeah.
just yell at me every time I freeze and I'll try and reset. Anyway, so I want to create a currency that is deflationary by 1,000x. So it's going to start with 100 billion, go down to 100 million. And he's not on board with the burning because, like, most of the times that the cryptocurrencies do burning, it's because, oh, look, we got all this extra wood. What are we going to do with it? Oh, well, we'll just burn it, right? And that just means that cryptocurrency gets destroyed, and so there's less of it left around or whatever, increases the scarcity. But I found when I was describing to him why I was really stuck on this idea is that when I told all of my close Shipple fam about it, the idea that we could have a meme wars and then ritually burn a bunch every single week.
You froze again.
The amount of interest. There's like, yeah, I just can't get it out of my head. Like Jamie Carlton, like suddenly really, really wanted to win and wanted to donate more to burn more. Right?
That's
like
the craziest. It's like a gift economy almost.
It's almost also like a volcano cult, right? Like there's that thing where like
sacrificing for the greater good,
right? Like it's got weird echoes of that. So anyway, I'm gonna have to.
Maybe they were onto something. The VU.
Maybe I don't know. I mean, that's sacrificing virgins was a hard, stupid thing to do. Just
did you ever see Joe versus the Volcano?
Of course.
Oh my god, I love that movie beyond all reason.
That's good stuff.
I love the people that through.
Yeah,
that was.
Yeah,
they represented a cargo cult, which is a real thing.
Yeah,
cargo
right.
Cults are a real thing.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Bernie cemented my vote for him yesterday by holding a rally with Public Enemy. That's coming up in I think next week in Los Angeles. Public Enemy and Bernie Sanders. I so want to go to that. I mean, that is just amazing. That's amazing. Public Enemy and Bernie Sanders scaring white people wherever they go. Scaring wealthy white people for sure.
Yeah.
I like it. Jack White supporting Bernie. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Yeah, so I'm getting this thing. This thing has happened to me this week where I'm like, I'd be okay with that person being president. I think I could live with a Bernie presidency. I think I could live with, I could live with Pete Buttigieg being our nominee. I'm not having any problem imagining any of these people being president now. And I think that's a pretty good way to be looking at things right now. I feel good about it. Tell me I'm wrong. Am I wrong?
I don't think you're wrong.
Okay. Were you listening at all to what I said?
No. Sorry. I was reading.
That was very reassuring.
It was really
yeah. Oh my goodness.
But,
Go ahead.
I don't know. That was it.
Okay. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we send you to bed and see if you feel better by church service on Sunday? Yeah. See, that's you're going to get coronavirus in your eye now. Is what's going to happen.
Only if I had it already.
Okay. Well, that's true. Okay.
But having it in
you don't
your
know
eye,
where that microphone's been.
Having it in your eye might be worse for all I know. I don't know.
Boxer says, I'm having a huge problem with the fact that people still want to vote for Trump. Yeah, well, yes, I think it's less and less of the total voting pool. We just passed 5 million registered Democrats in Florida. We've registered, I think, 55,000 Florida voters, Florida Democrats in the last year. That's astonishingly good. People I know are out every week registering voters at our local community college. Members of West Pasco Dems are out at PHSC every day, nearly every day now, registering voters, taking a table. What's discouraging is the people that are doing that are all 50 or older. And I think that's a sign of our young folks are working so hard they just don't have time. They just do not have the time to dip in and do the work. We have some young friends who organize and work in the field, but that's paid gig, right? That's people that are actually getting paid to do the work and generate volunteers and volunteer efforts. But there is lots of local canvassing going on. Lots of our awesome young candidates are out there every day. So there are some encouraging signs about that. Yeah, a moderately serious respiratory infection in your eye would be an issue. Yeah, that's true. That is absolutely true. All right, so
kind of
we doing the Church of Reason thing on Sunday morning? if you don't
Yeah,
die?
I mean, I feel like if there's anything, no, I'll be fine. I feel
Okay.
like if there's anything that we're doing that's going to add some positivity to the world, I am morally obligated to triple down on it. So, 100%.
Hey, the Dow is only down 850 now. It's taken a bounce in the
Well,
last
that's
10
cool.
minutes.
That's like yesterday. We're like, no, man, stocks are rebounding. It went from 1,000 to 700 down. Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a thing. All right. So Sunday morning, as you may or may not know, we do a pretty special thing. We have built a Minecraft server world where our job there, our function there is to express gratitude and wonder at the universe. And we have a shrine to gratitude and reason. And we do a church service in there every Sunday morning where we quote from some famous science-minded people, and positive philosophy stuff goes on. We would love for you to join us. You can actually join us in the Minecraft server if you have the Minecraft Java edition. If you do not, you can join us right here on the YouTube channel. We will we'll stream from there live from around 10 o'clock to around 10:30, and we'd love to have you join us for that. And we're back on Monday with another hashtag coffee show featuring myself and a fully healed and operational Corey Cottrell. So what else you got? Anything else? What do you got? Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Days of guaranteed paid sick leave. I'm just going to leave that up for a minute.
Is that Russia at the top?
No.
I should know whose flag that is. It Holland? No. I'm not even sure. Somebody will straighten me out on this.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, actually. Fucking socialists.
Yeah, I'm looking at it again on the feed.
Oh, man, Germany's way up there, hey?
Yep.
Good job, Germany.
Yep.
Okay, I feel embarrassed that I don't know what those are.
Right below Germany. I see Sweden on there. I see Norway on there.
What are those ice cream cones? And they're not ice cream, like the freezy pop things that are like rocket chips that are those colors. To anyone from that country, I genuinely apologize for having no idea.
Yeah.
Actually, it sounds like Corey needs some plant meds. That's quite possible to be fair.
That was the Netherlands at the top. Yep.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
It only took me 3 tries to get it. I can never. I know this is wrong, Bubble. I know this is really American of me. I can never remember whether the black, red, and yellow flag that isn't Germany is the Netherlands or Belgium. So that's why I wasn't quite sure who was at the top there. So Swamp Germans not the same as Netherlands. I get it, but once in a while I miss that. So
Swamp Germans? What?
that's a that's a nickname. Probably a bad euphemism for Belgians. Because it's lowland.
Swamp Germans? Yeah. That's so mean.
Yeah, I know.
All right, well,
it's awful.
Where are you gonna go?
It's awful. One hell of a World Cup team, the Belgian team.
All right.
Pretty amazing. All right, so there we go. Let's get out of here. Let's go get on with our day. I got to get my mom's got a doctor's appointment, so I'm driving down to Tampa with her later in the day, because my mom driving around with blurry vision is not something we want to contemplate.
That's very true.
Yeah, she's fine. It's a regular checkup thing. So that's happening. And that's going to do it. Yes.
I was thinking about maybe
tomorrow, South Carolina primary tomorrow.
Yeah, we might want to go live tomorrow.
Yeah. And then Super Tuesday is coming. So maybe we want to live stream late Tuesday night and talk about that.
If I can get my internet fixed.
Right? That'd be good.
Yeah, I mean, Super Tuesdays. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I know everyone's voting and whatever. But like, I think people may be sleeping on the fact that Biden is screwed and Bernie may already have this locked up. Yeah,
the question is, can he raise enough money to be viable in the next 5 states where they have no ground game?
But here's the thing: he doesn't have time, right?
Whoa. What's going on there? Was that me or was that you?
I don't know what just happened.
Yeah, your mic is all messed up. It's making nothing but crackling noises when you talk now.
I'm not hearing it. That's sad. Still?
No good.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's just crackly.
All right, we'll see you later.
Yeah, so we're going to get out of here. We're going to cut the show short. Sasquatch is real, and we will see you on Sunday for the church service, then Monday, and we may pop up here and there on Facebook. So we'll give it a go. It's all good? All right. Love you guys. You got to kill the stream, though.